You're everywhere to me. And when I close my eyes, it's you I see.
This song. Okay. There you go.
And
that's your intro.
I make you believe I'm not alone. Whoa, whoa. Not alone.
Welcome to Namely 90s. Wow. The podcast that takes you back to the time before smartphones, Google, and Y2K. Join your hosts as they relive the pop culture that shaped a generation and the parts that many people wish they could forget. Listen in to the conversation about how the decade defined those who spent their childhood there and how it shaped them as adults. So, turn down the grunge and dial up the internet. Let's get started. It's time for Namely 90s.
That's right. You're listening to Namely 90s. My name's Andrew, and over there is Brandon.
That's me.
You can find us online at namely90s.com or on Instagram and Bluesky at namely90s. You can also find us on YouTube every Monday at youtube.com/@namely90s. And finally, if you'd like to send us some money as a parting gift, head on over to patreon.com/namely90s, also with a 90s, and get signed up for one of our support levels. Yes, you can see my lawnmower in the screen in the lower left.
You could always just send us your routing number for the bank and wire us some money to our Cayman Islands account.
Let's see. I mean, after this, we will have to settle for just $2 instead of $30.
Yes.
Whilst the person who said that is about to receive a $400 million jet.
Because you land on the airstrip and you look over and you see the new planes. They're bigger. You try not to look, but you just see it. It's bigger, longer, stiffer. Also, stays in the air longer.
How do you say the name of that country?
I always say Qatar, but it's Qatar, isn't it?
No. So white people have decided it's pronounced Qatar.
Yeah. Okay. Something like that. Yeah.
It's pronounced something, but I almost guarantee it's not pronounced that way. Or it's pronounced that way with an accent in a way that sounds...
Qatar.
Yeah. Not just, we're going down to Qatar for the weekend. And you're like, no, that's not how it's pronounced. I guarantee it. Look it up.
Looking up right now.
Anyway, no, I do not want to use my microphone on my phone as a recording device for this. See, I was right. Seriously, people say Qatar, and it's like, that's not how it's pronounced.
That's what I thought. Yeah, Qatar.
Yeah.
Qatar.
It's crazy. Anyway, well, this show's ending. This is the last
Qatar
standard episode.
Oh, sorry, that's the American pronunciation.
Oh, Jesus.
Qatar is the British pronunciation.
Anyway, this is the last time we're going to do this show, except for the next time.
Yes, this is the last regular length show.
Yeah, tune in next week as we have our 5-year extravaganza / graduation episode.
Yeah. Wow, I just good. Sorry, I just started the how to pronounce Qatar video, and then they're like, how do you say this with the... I got it. Qatar.
Yeah, exactly. So it's
that
not
sounds
just
offensive.
It's
But,
not just cutter.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, grab the pizza cutter over there. You're like, like that pitch that you throw in baseball, the cutter.
Oh yeah.
Well, we've gone on way too long about this. You're welcome. So I'm just gonna riff here. I already riffed with you on text message. You get those videos for like furniture upcycling. You ever see those?
No.
Oh, so there's these videos where basically some form of not quite trad wife purchases a bad piece of furniture, brings it home, and they're like, I want to buy this $20 piece of furniture and sell it for $300 to pay a bill this month. And then it cut to them like stripping the stain off of it, filling all the holes and like the dents, sanding it, and then painting it and putting like new hardware on it and upcycling it and selling it on Marketplace for however much. And then today I saw one where it was painted and they stripped the paint off and stained it. I'm like, they just leave everything in it. Why? It has to be in the opposite state of however they acquire it.
Of course.
If it's already painted, couldn't you just repaint it?
And it has
already stained.
And the amount of work you put into it, plus the amount of like tools that you buy to do whatever to it, equals the amount of money that you sell it for on Marketplace.
It also still looks like crap, but painted crap.
Yes. I mean, I saw an Instagram story of someone that was like, yeah, you know how people do TikToks of buying furniture and then restoring it and selling it for more money? Doesn't work.
Yeah. The other one I've been seeing a lot of lately is people taking like historical photos and AI like generating a real life image of that. You know what I mean? Like it kind of makes it into a video.
Interesting.
Where it's like, it'll be a portrait of your grandmother in the 1890s. Mm-hmm. And then like the portrait becomes color and much more clear. And then it starts to like turn to you and talk.
Because we're 100 years old.
Well, no, my point is they have this thing, but I wish you could just tell AI, like, make this photo into a live action video of this person in real life, mm-hmm. but make it actually not look like AI. Do you think that would work?
No. And I want to circle back to the fact that your grandmother is born alive in the 1890s.
I'm just making a generalization. Your great grandmother, whatever. You know
sure.
What I mean? Great grandmother, most likely. But hey, AI.
Yeah, I don't think you could tell AI to not produce something that doesn't look.
But it would
AI.
be interesting to see if you did ask it to do that, what it would do. It would just go into an endless loop, and then it would form like dark matter, and then a black hole, and we'd all be sucked into it.
Yes. Treadstone, but no. What's
Blackbriar?
No, what's the one from? Yeah, that's the right. What's the one from the Terminator franchise?
Oh, Skynet.
Skynet.
Yeah, so this thing was like Sarah Connor watching everyone use AI, just like smoking a cigarette. It's really bad. It's really bad.
Did you see they cast a new Slayer for the Buffy reboot?
No, I did not. I was gonna say, is it a woman now? But it already was a woman.
They cast Ryan Kiera Armstrong being introduced. Sarah Michelle Gellar introduced her as the new chosen one.
So that's a white man, right? No.
Yes. No, she was actually in the Star Wars show before the last one called Skeleton Crew. She was the main character in that one, or one of the main characters in that one. So she is actually a pretty good actress for her age. She's 15, it looks like. And then all we know is that SMG is going to be reprising her role as Buffy on the Hulu project
for like 2 episodes, and they're going to ask the new people to carry it themselves. It's going to be unsuccessful. No one's going to like it. It's going to last 2 seasons.
Yeah, it sounds like Sarah Michelle Gellar is going to be in it. Like,
okay, in it.
Yeah, it's not like season 9 of Scrubs. Yeah, Armstrong was also in Anne with an E, Star Wars Skeleton Crew, and Firestarter. But yeah, I
heard she gave an unmatched performance in Firestarter. Unmatched.
Yes, that was a pun.
Too bad I couldn't spit it out in a timely manner, so it just sounded stupid.
Yeah. Also, Sarah Michelle Gellar used the hashtag "Welcome to hashtag New Sunnydale." So,
I wonder if it's going to be called "The New Adventures of Old Sunnydale."
Well, Old Sunnydale is just a pit, if you remember the series finale. Yeah. So
all right,
that's
cool.
That's our Slayer news for the final episode of regular, normal, namely 90s. Do you have
Yeah,
more
we're
riffing.
doing a 4-hour. We're gonna do a 4-hour farewell special. No,
Yeah.
God, no.
I don't think Andrew's gonna be able to stand for that long, but
Yeah.
I don't know, probably at least double the amount of time we usually do if we have. The only problem is we don't have enough extensions on the Zoom meeting.
Ew. We record multiple.
Yeah, we'll have to. All right.
Indubitably.
Also,
well, that'll be a
started
mission
on that.
impossible.
Indeed. Good transition, Andrew. And you're just going to give the transition and let me go.
Hey, guess what we're doing today? It's a letterbox review. No, it's Boot or Reboot.
I did think about doing a letterbox review. I'm like, we could save that for next episode. Might as well just finish with the streak of Boot or Reboots we've been doing this season. To limp our way to the finish line of 5 years. Yeah. Do you remember seeing the first Mission Impossible?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen it in its entirety. I think I was like too young to really appreciate what was going on. Like it was kind of boring. I just remember the gum that you squish together that has like 2 different colors, it becomes explosive.
Yeah.
And the thing where he like comes out of the vent, like, sprawled out, repelling, and the guy having to go crap himself because they put a laxative in his coffee.
Yeah. The chewing gum guy was Emilio Estevez, if I remember correctly.
Oh. By the way, there is no laxative that makes you crap yourself that quickly, except those sugar-free gummy bears, maybe from Amazon.
Although, if you put enough concentrated, like if you put enough, like what if that cup was just entirely laxatives? It would hit your stomach.
You might taste something was off, though. This isn't Folgers.
The best part of waking up is shitting out
Diarrhea
your cup of coffee
in your pants.
Yeah. All right, let me find this one. And the music, iconic. Yeah, iconic. Ready? Iconic.
Something about Scientology.
Iconic. Oh my gosh.
Impossible Missions Force. Womp womp.
Good morning, Mr.
It's John Voight.
That is John Voight.
Voight.
Mission, should you choose to accept it.
So, fun
Should
fact
you
about
or
John
any
Voight's
member of your
character
IM force
that
be
I'll share after the
caught
trailer.
Or killed, the secretary will disavow all knowledge of your actions.
Wow.
Who's reading
Hunt will
that?
be your point man, as usual. Good luck, Jim.
Who's the voice reading that?
I do not know.
Sounds famous.
I guess I could look into that.
Is he serious?
Always.
It's much worse than you think.
Wow. Tom Cruise looking young.
Yeah.
So we had this on VHS, so I've seen it a few times.
Looks pretty kid appropriate.
I was an only child with,
Why he did it.
and a latchkey kid. Did you think I was monitored as a child?
Why you survived.
I'm sure we can find something I have that you need.
No one said me.
These guys are trained to be ghosts.
Emilio
Let's
Estevez.
not waste time chasing after him. Just make him come to us. Find something that's personally important to him, and you squeeze.
I like how the trailer doesn't really show you anything at all.
No, it also implies that it's more exciting throughout the movie than it actually is.
It was a decoy.
I felt like the movie was kind of boring at times. Is
Was
that,
it?
am I misreading that?
You never seem
I feel like-
very upset.
I mean, compared to a modern action film, sure, but this was pretty good.
There was like a lot of talking.
Like, this is like same year as GoldenEye, I think.
But yet it looks older in a way. It looks a little bit more dated somehow.
Might have been the year before. I mean,
96.
does it? It looks similar.
Okay.
All right. Mission Impossible is a 1996 American spy action film, directed by Brian De Palma, produced and starring Tom Cruise, from a screenplay by David Cope and Robert Towne.
Coepe.
Qatar.
Cutter.
It's a reboot of the 1996 television series of the same name and its 1988 sequel series. And it is the first installment in the Mission Impossible film series. It also stars John Voight, Henry Yeah.
Kazerny.
I don't actually know who that is. He's the dude. Emmanuel Bert, who's a French bird.
Janet Reno.
Jean Reno. No, it's Jean Reno, right? He doesn't pronounce it.
I was
French.
making a Janet Reno joke.
I'm aware. Jean Reno, who you probably recognize from Godzilla.
Probably not.
Vin Rames, Dame Kristen Scott. Yeah, Kristen Scott Thomas. She's a dame now, apparently. What a dame. And Dame Vanessa Redgrave. In the film, Ethan Hunt, played by Tom Cruise, seeks to uncover who framed him for the murders of most of his Mission Impossible Force team. Yeah, they tried to bring back. So John Voight, spoilers, is the one who betrays the team, if I remember correctly. And they originally tried to get like one of the stars of the original cast of Mission Impossible, who was like the main hero of that TV series, to be that character that betrayed them. And the actor's like, that's not what my character's like, man. I'm sorry. So that's why it didn't have that much crossover with the original series. But yes, Peter Graves, who played Jim Phelps in the original series, disliked how Phelps turned out in the film, which is John Voight's character, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So that's why he didn't reprise his role. Because, again,
I mean, John Voight's a good choice, though.
Yeah, John Voight's a great choice. And then let's see, who did the voice? Emilio Estevez, uncredited, by the way, as Jack Harmon. I guess he's only in the beginning of the movie, right? I don't remember. Anyways.
Oh, apparently his name is Bob Johnson, and he's
Bob Johnson.
Not really anybody.
Okay. Did he continue to do it for the other ones?
No, I don't think so.
Fun.
Oh, he did it he voiced the mission briefings for the series and for the 1988 revival, but he just sounded like somebody else that was famous. I don't know. Never mind.
Probably based themselves off of him. The film received generally positive reviews from critics. It was released in May of 1996. Oh, look at that. The
29 years ago?
29th anniversary. Thank you for arithmeticking.
Guess we'll have to do another season just so that we can do the 30th.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Third highest grossing film of 1996, behind Scream and Independence Day. Let's see. Independence Day and Twister, beating out The Rock, Hunchback of Notre Dame, 101 Dalmatians, the live action, I believe, Nutty Professor Jerry Maguire, and Space Jam. Come on and slam. Yeah. And yeah. I basically said the plot. You said the set pieces that people remember. Ends with the helicopter crashing in the Channel Tunnel onto the high speed rail. That's the movie. Did you? So
that's going to incur a serious amount of paperwork.
You never watched it, or you did watch it and then?
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
Also, recognize it as a reference to Hot Fuzz, which also starred Simon Pegg.
Nice. Oh yeah, Simon Pegg joins the cast in 4, I think.
It's actually Squadron. Just Tom Cruise in one of those ultra realistic masks.
Yes, he actually plays every single character in the franchise just by wearing those masks. But here is the trailer for The Final Reckoning.
One thing I noticed is that like 90s movies explosions didn't have bass. They were like very tinny explosions. Yeah. Anyway, carry on. My wayward son.
This can't all be true.
Every word.
Wow.
CIA Black Vault break-in. Am I reading this correctly?
He left the night.
The Kremlin bombing?
Is that,
fairness, the
what's his
bomb was
face?
actually meant to kill him.
Um,
Gassed a security briefing.
what's his face?
That was
It
just
was,
2 months ago.
Oh yeah,
Somebody.
Nick Offerman.
Yes,
This
thank you.
explains
God,
the
I couldn't think of it.
handcuffs. It's still not clear why he's here. If we want to bring the world back to
Trafalgar Square.
we have to deal with him. Should he choose to accept?
Well, that's the guy from Mindhunter. Holt
Nick Offerman.
McCallany.
Smart
Oh.
people on every side are close to panicking.
That's
Angela
the
Bassett.
What exactly
lady from Ted Lasso.
your plan?
Oh.
Is this
the,
Minority Report? No.
Yeah.
Your team has been betrayed, Ethan.
Haley Atwell.
All your secrets compromised.
Wow. Seems to happen a lot to him.
Everything you are. Everything you've done. Has come to this. You gave him an aircraft carrier?
Is this Top Gun? I'm sorry, let's stop. I won't though.
Lives are the sum of
You're
our
not wrong.
choices. This was recorded.
There's a plane. Is that June Reno again?
I have no
Oh yeah,
regrets.
I don't think so.
Neither should you.
Unless they're uncredited.
London Eye. Oh yeah, Pon-Clefoff is in this as well.
Trust me. One last time.
Did Simon Pegg die in the last one?
I'm not sure. I am getting the impression that these missions are in fact possible.
I don't know. One last time makes the stakes higher,
One more time.
which is why I thought it'd be fitting to do this one as it is the last time. Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning is a 2025 American spy action film directed by Christopher McQuarrie, who I think he took over after, let's see, John Woo did the second one. J.J. Abrams did number 3.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was terrible. Brad Bird did Ghost Protocol. And then, yes, Christopher McQuarrie has done the last 4 since 2015. Rogue Nation, Fallout, Dead Reckoning Part 1, and The Final Reckoning.
It's fairly shocking they were able to keep Tom Cruise for all of them.
Right?
Because,
Oh,
when something gets that many sequels, they almost always try to relaunch it with a new cast at some point.
Well, he's been a producer on all of them, so I think that's why he stayed on, because he had some sort of creative control.
I'm surprised Mark Wahlberg wasn't Ethan Hunt in like number 7 or something.
Or Jeremy Renner.
Yeah.
Who was actually in, I think he's in one of these.
The mayor of IMF.
Yeah. No, Jeremy Renner was in Rogue Nation.
Yeah, which one, there was no Wahlbergs in this series, though, as far as I know.
Not that I can think of. But yeah, it's a direct sequel to Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1. Stars Tom Cruise, Haley Atwell, Vin Rhames, Simon Pegg, Henry
Cisnerne,
and Angela Bassett. They reprised their old
Angela
roles
Bassett.
from the previous films. Let's see. This was shot back to back. It's already had its world premiere in Tokyo on the 5th, but it comes out the 23rd here in the States. Basically, yeah, there's some sort of AI thing that won in the last episode, and yeah, it's one of the most expensive films ever made, with an estimated budget of $300 to $400 million. That's enough to buy a gold plane.
Yeah. And then think you can use it as Air Force One, even though Air Force One is okay.
Pom Clementif is also in this. She was in Guardians of the Galaxy 2 and 3 as Mantis. Simon Pegg, other people, Nick Offerman, Hannah Waddingham. She's the owner of AFC Richmond in Ted Lasso.
Okay.
Who else? Anyone interesting?
Boy, it's really easy to get roped into Ted Lasso. Tell you what. Oh.
Mark Gatiss is the head of the NSA.
So many bad puns.
Yeah. I don't want to spoil the movie for you. What's the last Mission Impossible you've watched?
Probably Ghost Protocol, if I had to guess.
I didn't see Ghost Protocol. I'm pretty sure I saw 3 and thought there's too many lens flares in this. I don't want to continue watching.
It's just all lens flares for 2 hours.
Yeah. I mean, Mission Impossible 2, like, I never knew that it was directed by John Woo until like later in life. And then it's like your brain explodes because they do the dove scene in the slow-mo with the guns shooting. And that's what John
Which one had all of the masks? Was that 3?
I think that was 2.
Oh, okay.
2 starts with him at the top of the mountain and he pulls off the mask.
The masks were stupid.
Like, they all have the mask, to be honest. But
it's also stupid when the dog puts on the mask. Oh, wait, no, that's a different movie.
That's a callback. That's a callback. We'll
that's
also
like
hear
season 1.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So gun to your head and you're not wearing a mask of someone else. Would you rather watch Mission Impossible 1996 or Mission Impossible The Final Reckoning after not seeing part 1?
Oh man. This is a hard one.
Mm-hmm. I like Simon Pegg. I like Haley Atwell.
This is a hard one.
Vin Raines is in both of them.
That's what she said.
The implication. Tom Cruise is in both of them.
Ooh, how do I choose? Gun to head. I'd probably watch the new one.
He gets the aircraft carrier USS George Herbert Walker Bush. USS George Herbert Walker Bush.
And then Vin Diesel lands a turbocharged car onto it, or a supercharged car.
And then
with NOS.
and then they use that NOS to lift the aircraft carrier out of the water and send it to the moon.
And then they also use it to give someone light sedation for dental surgery.
And it's a helicarrier. All right. And then I just read what the big twist is. Well, that means I don't need to watch it. I honestly, I would rather watch the first one. I did the Namely 90s Minute for the first one, and I was like, this was an interesting movie. It was decent enough to be entertaining through and through.
I'm gonna guess Tom Cruise pulls off the mask, and it's been John Voight the whole time.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. How did you guess that? All right. That concludes our final Buddha reboot for season 4. Shall we take a break? All
right, let's take a break into the impossible.
Dun, 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 dun.
And now back to the show. Turns out it was possible to take a break. Well, it looks like we're back in good form here because these are all BuzzFeed quizzes. After that one with the orphanage fires, no, that wasn't that one. That was
that was a BuzzFeed quiz.
The next one where it was like, what color are you? And you had to name the color twice. To be whatever fan four stick.
I mean, sorry, I should have found more bad BuzzFeed quizzes. All I found was, which badass lady from Mission Impossible Fallout are you? Which Mission Impossible Fallout character are you? Or, and this one has nothing to do with it. Pick a movie per decade, and we'll tell you what your first initial is.
Oh, that's interesting.
Isn't it?
It's going to be terrible, but that seems like that actually seems tangible.
Yeah.
If they'll either right or they won't.
Should we try that?
Sure.
Okay. It starts in the 50s. And it's
oh boy.
It's only 10 per. And if you want to play along, tell us what your answers are. The link is in the description.
Right.
First, pick a film from the 1950s. We have 12 Angry Men, All About Eve, Cinderella, Godzilla, Invasion of the Body Snatchers, Lady and the Tramp, Peter Pan, Roman Holiday, Singing in the Rain, and Vertigo.
I'm going to go Lady and the Tramp.
You like dogs kissing over a meatball?
I mean, I like dogs. It's nostalgic, you know.
Eating some spaghetti.
I watched it as a kid. Yeah, spaghetti.
I think I'll go. No, we can double up because this is we're trying to get our first initial. I'm gonna go Peter Pan.
Okay.
You know, a little problematic with the Lost Boys, but yeah.
All right, let's roll here. All right, what's your favorite 1960s movie? 2001: A Space Odyssey, Breakfast at Tiffany's, Cleopatra, Hello Dolly, Lawrence of Arabia, Mary Poppins, Psycho, Romeo and Juliet, The Sound of Music, or West Side Story?
Ooh. Oh, me. As much as I feel like I should do a sci-fi thing, I honestly enjoy The Sound of Music during Christmas time. More so lately. Okay. It's nostalgic.
Nothing like hiding from the Nazis.
Mm-hmm. It seems more relevant now than ever.
Yeah, sure does. The only one of these I've actually seen
is Psycho. Mary Poppins
is West Side Story. So I'm gonna go West Side Story.
You've seen the original West Side Story?
I think so. Yeah,
that's impressive.
I think we'd watch it in choir when we had substitute teachers.
Choose a movie from the 1970s: Alien, Carrie, Dawn of the Dead, Grease, Halloween, Jaws. Jaws? I thought Jaws came out in the 80s.
Late 70s?
Murder on the Orient Express, Star Wars Episode 4, New Hope, The
75.
Godfather, or Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Oh boy, you're going to have a hard time on this one.
I am. 75.
I'm going to go Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory because it's very dark. And very...
all those children keep on dying.
No, hold on. No, I didn't watch that one. I watched the one with Johnny Depp. That one is freaky.
That's even worse.
And kind of dark. Oh man, now I have to go back.
Well, we know you never watched The Godfather.
No. Really? I've only watched Grease out of all these.
Alien's good. Jaws. You haven't seen Jaws?
I'm going with what I know. I'm going Grease.
Tell me about it, stud. I do actually like Dawn of the Dead, but The Godfather is so good.
Star Wars is just mid.
I did just watch the Star Wars like yesterday, so I'll do Star Wars New Hope. Time for the 80s. It's your
Nicholson's mine. Time for the 80s. Back to the Future. Dead Poets Society. That one with Robin Williams.
Yes.
E.T. the Extraterrestrial. Ghostbusters. Labyrinth. National Lampoon's Vacation. Pretty in Pink. Raiders of the Lost Ark. The Shining. And When Harry Met Sally.
Whew. Now that we're getting closer to, when we were born. Back to the Future, E.T., Ghostbusters, Raiders. Pretty in Pink's not my favorite John Hughes film. The Shining, When Harry Met Sally. These are all great choices. I'm going to pick Back to the Future.
I'm going to go When Harry Met Sally. I saw that not too long ago, and that was pretty good.
Nice.
By the way, the E.T. one reminded me of... did you watch Conan's Mark Twain award thing?
No.
It's good. You should watch it. But Paul Rudd reprises his role as the guy who keeps showing that one movie clip.
Yes, from what was that from?
It's not from E.T. It just kind of looks vaguely like it could be.
Yeah, it's Meatballs.
The brakes on the wheelchair stop working.
It's that summer camp movie, but it's not the good one.
Oh God,
Paul
so funny.
Rudd clip movie. It's Mac and Me. God. Yeah. So let's pick a 90s flick. 10 Things I Hate About You. Rips the Max Heath Ledger. Beauty and the Beast. Fight Club, even though it
20th
just now
Century
says,
Fox Film Corp. All rights reserved.
Home Alone, Jurassic Park, Mission Impossible. Hey, that's the theme of today's episode. Notting Hill, Pulp Fiction, Scream, or Titanic.
think we talked about almost all of these.
We've definitely talked about. I'm pretty sure we talked about all of them
Notting
at
Hill.
some point.
Well, I can't not
Notting
go
Hill.
with the one. It's Jurassic Park. A lot of good movies in here, though.
Charmingly Befuddled.
I'm so charmingly befuddled.
God, you wow.
Is that when he eats the burger and says that's some grade A whatever stuff? Isn't that from that Coatley 90s?
The Pulp
That we
Fiction? What?
Yeah.
Which one?
Oh, that's some gourmet. That's some serious gourmet.
That is some serious gourmet shit right there.
Yeah, we had that on Coatley 90s and we got it wrong.
That is true. Yeah, I remember them quoting it. Pulp Fiction's a great movie. I love Fight Club. I love all these movies. I'm gonna go with Home Alone though. Like, I guess I'm going with Christmas classics. If they give me a C as my name, I'm gonna punt something.
Okay. You'd be like, see you next Tuesday. Which 2000s film reigns supreme? Avatar, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, Gladiator, Iron Man, Kill Bill Volume 1, Legally Blonde, Mean Girls, Pride and Prejudice, Shrek, or The Dark Knight?
I'm gonna go TDK, The Dark Knight.
I'm gonna go Iron Man.
Wow, I never would have guessed you would pick an MCU movie.
I mean, it's a pretty good movie, and I feel like it was kind of the revitalization point for that whole thing. I like Robert Downey Jr.
movies. Yeah, RDJ is awesome. Let's pick the best film of the 2010s. Avengers Endgame, Black Panther, Gone Girl, How to Train Your Dragon, John Wick, La La Land, Mad Max Fury Road, Parasite, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, Andrew's favorite, or The Conjuring.
Yeah, I could never get into John Wick movies. Maybe I should try, but I could just never get into it.
I feel like I've never given it a chance. There's a dog.
Boy, I've not seen any of these.
You
I mean, How to Train Your Dragon was a good romp for
You technically
kids.
saw Black Panther.
Oh, yeah, I did see that. Yeah, I fell asleep.
You've
turn.
also, I feel like your
Choose
kids
one.
have watched Spider-Verse enough that you've seen it.
Probably.
What
I
did you pick
How
one?
to Train Your Dragon. How to Train Your Dragon.
Okay. I'm gonna go Endgame.
All right, fair. I haven't seen it yet.
The Endgame. It's good.
Okay, and finally, choose a movie from the 2020s: Barbie, Challengers, Deadpool and Wolverine, Everything Everywhere All at Once, Nosferatu, Oppenheimer, Pearl, Sinners, Top Gun Maverick, or Wicked.
This is pretty recent. I liked the Barbie movie. I mean, I watched Deadpool and Wolverine, but I think Barbie was probably the best.
Miles Teller really looks like he could be Anthony Edwards' kid.
Oh yeah,
It's weird.
is he not?
Well, no shock here. I think Oppenheimer was a masterpiece. I'm going with that. Wow. Not even close.
Mine was kind of close.
How could
I
it
got
be close?
A, D, or Q.
I got J, L, or Z. J Lopez.
I mean, you gotta hedge your bets with J, L, or Z. Really? Wow.
Wow, this was terrible. Also, it's messing with my camera, so I'm turning it off.
Oh,
It's
is that why
makes my computer lag.
Yeah, the lag was getting there. All right.
No, that was stupid.
Yeah, I'm glad we did something stupid for the last episode. Before the final episode.
Classic us. Classic us.
Indeed. Well, tune in next week for the
last week.
Yes, the final episode. We're going to be looking back at 5 years in Namely 90s. It's the 5-year anniversary special. It's the hat on the hat on a hat to our time here podcasting yes. on Namely 90s. Hopefully you'll join us for that. Send us some money, send us some love. If you really want to try and get a goodbye and record it and send it to us as soon as you can, maybe we'll make it in there before it releases next Monday. And that's it for this week's edition of Namely 90s. Remember, you can find new episodes out next week. Just one last one. Find us on Instagram, Bluesky, and YouTube at Namely 90s with 90s, and tell us what you want us to talk about. Also no future episodes. No future episodes left. Well, I mean, we did talk about maybe. If you would like to support the show, please check out our Patreon at patreon.com/namely90s, also 90s, or just send us money. Finally, you can contact us through our website, namely90s.com, until we take it offline. Please subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, Audible, Insert, Pocket Cast, Castbox, iHeart, Good Pods, or wherever you get your podcasts from. I'm Brandon. That's Andrew, and we will catch you one last time next week.
I did automatically renew the website. God damn it.